We're live. Welcome back to Hydro and Co. Where we're here to talk a little playoff preview. We're also going to do We're going to do our weekly tier list recap that we've been doing the last couple of weeks, and we're also going to give you our picks for this week's games. But most importantly, we're going to start off with our game recaps. I thought maybe we could go ahead and start with Kendall this week. I know that you have so much to say about the Raiders.
I don't know, the number one pick, baby. Let's go. Kirk Cousins is dog shit, and dog shit's still good enough to beat us. So there you go. Michael Penix, welcome to Atlanta. Hope you do well, kid.
Me too.
Won a game and got benched.
What a sorry ass Monday Night Football game, by the way.
Both of them kind of were.
Yeah, they both were. Doubleheader for nothing.
Yep. I want to say this, Jakobi Meyers, thank you for finally waking the fuck up.
Well,
so
I'll defend him here.
10
Desmond
points
Ritter,
in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Desmond Ritter didn't target a single receiver in the first half, so I'm not gonna blame Jakobi fully for that. Just wasn't even looking at him.
Get Aiden O'Connell and fucking get him back in time.
Leave Desmond Ritter in, baby. I want number one pick. I need a quarterback for the future.
Well, so speaking of bad quarterback play, I know all about bad quarterback play. So we played on Sunday, and we had bad quarterback play for a couple quarters. Jake Haener sucks. Even my dog is back there. You know what we did. Darren Rizzi said, "You know what? Fuck it. We're tired of this, and it's not going to win us a football game. So let's put in Spencer motherfucking Rattler." And Spencer was a bad play call away from winning us a football game. I'm okay with the result. We came as close as we could to win without actually winning. So we'll take it, and we will move on from there. And we play. I forget who we play this week, to be honest with you. I think Kansas City, maybe. But nonetheless, we did just. Who do we play this week?
Green Bay on Monday night.
Green Bay. Oh yeah. So we're chalked. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire just signed with us like an hour ago. So I'm actually like super pumped about that LSU product. So maybe he'll be some depth for Alvin, because Alvin is struggling with a groin injury. He might not play this week. It's kind of up in the air. But if he does play, there's always a chance that we could pull something out of our ass. But if he doesn't play, we are cooked. So that's all I got.
We play the Jags, so y'all make sure to tune in.
That one smells like shit.
Starting Jakobi Meyers this week, bud.
Better. If you want any chance of beating Cody Russell.
I'm going to need it all I can get.
Sincere McCormick's fucked, though. So there you go. That was a good run.
Has the whole fucking rotation on his bench.
Yeah. White's got 3 handcuffs.
I've started
Sincere McCormick.
I've started 3 different Raiders running backs in the last 3 weeks.
Somehow, some way, you won. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, my turn.
Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, go Birds. What a week. What a week from start to finish. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts hates each other, right? Wrong. They love each other. They dance with each other. First, I believe it was the first touchdown of the game. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. And they celebrated together. Told everybody, shut the fuck up. It was beautiful. AJ Brown, after complaining, 8 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Next up behind him, Devontae Smith, 11 catches, 109 yards. For those keeping track at home, that's 219 yards to those 2 guys. Can you imagine a world where Jalen Hurts throws the ball like he did, because he was 25 for 32 for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then Saquon Barkley gets on track, and he runs like he has in the past couple games. Can you imagine? And the defense plays the way it does. It's going to be hard to beat this team. We have the Commanders up next. Be an interesting game because, it's division rivals. The Commanders aren't bad. And, we'll see what happens. But we're 12-2, tied for first place in the NFC. Even though the Lions are going to end up winning the tiebreaker, or the Vikings will, unless both of them lose and we win out. But we're here, and we're a pretty good team.
All right. Well, do we want to go ahead and move on into our newer segment of the episode? That'll be our playoff preview. I think we're going to talk about who we think is going to make the playoffs, and we're going to do individual seeds as well. I know I currently have the playoff predictor machine up on ESPN right now, filling out the last couple games here to get my list. So does anybody want to start with who they think has our first round buys this year and who will be fighting out in wildcard weekend?
You know what? That's a wonderful, wonderful idea. I probably should have did that myself. The playoff machine beforehand. Fuck. You can start, White, and I'll do this real quick.
I'll do it too.
Okay, well, give me 2 seconds. I'm almost done. Okay.
This is
I'm
called
done.
Preparing for a Show.
Yep. All right. So I just finished out the last 3 weeks of the season just based on who I thought would win, just off of general knowledge. Obviously, injuries might come into play later. So I'll start with my AFC. My number one seed in the AFC will be the Buffalo Bills, 14-3. The wild card games will go in this order. The 7th seed Denver Broncos will take on the 2 seed Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead, followed by the 6th seed LA Chargers will go on to take the 3rd seed Pittsburgh at home. And then Baltimore will be the 5th seed, and they will take on Houston, the last division winner, at home. So you got Denver at Arrowhead, LA at Pittsburgh, and Baltimore at Houston. Now moving on to the NFC side, I have the Eagles with the first round bye at 15-2. And the 7th seed Washington Commanders will take on the 2nd seed Detroit Lions at home. I do think that could be one of the upsets of wildcard weekend based on the injury path the Lions have been on. Green Bay travels to Tampa Bay to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be a 3 seed in this particular spot because the 5th seed Minnesota Vikings, it's crazy to think that the 5th seed in the NFC could potentially be 14-3.
Yeah.
Because and then they will take on the 4th seed Arizona Cardinals at home, which is crazy to think because I remember earlier on in the year when we were doing our preseason predictions, I did predict the Cardinals right around a 10-game win team, and I got absolutely shit on. So if that proves to be true, not only will they have won the division at that point, but they make the playoffs with 10 wins, I will give a great bird to everyone that doubted me. So that's who I have. Going from there, I'll just make my conference predictions. I think it'll be Kansas City, Pittsburgh in the second round. Isn't that how that works? 2-3 seed on one side and then 1 and 4 on the other side.
Yeah, the number 1 seed gets the lowest or highest, depending on how you want to word it, remaining seed.
Yeah. So I think Baltimore would beat Houston, so they'd be the 5 seed. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, and 5. So Buffalo and Baltimore would play in the second round. Kansas City and Pittsburgh would play in the second round, which I think are 2 great matchups for the divisional round. Honestly, I think football fans would be really happy with that. I think Buffalo beats Baltimore, and I think Kansas City with a healthy Patrick Mahomes beats Pittsburgh, which would give a Buffalo-Kansas City AFC Championship game. On the other end, it would be, I think personally, Philly, Washington, Green Bay, and Minnesota. I think 2, 3, and 4 all get upset because I think 3 and 4 are fraudulent. 2, it's all about injuries with them. If they stay on the road they are with injuries, there could be even more injuries for them by this point. So I have the Commanders winning that game, and I think it'll be Philly, Washington in the divisional round, which would be insane for this friend group of ours. And then Green Bay and Minnesota, which would also be insane because it'd be an actual divisional NFC North matchup. I got Philly and Minnesota in the NFC Championship game. So that would then make it a Philly Buffalo Super Bowl, in my opinion. And then I'm going to give Josh Allen the nod there. So Josh Allen to get his first one. And that is my all in all playoff prediction.
All right. Well, let me add this to your thing. Predict the fantasy playoffs. I want to hear what you think.
So I play Cody. I'm gonna be honest. I'm so focused on me playing Cody. I don't even know who the other matchup is.
Oh, you know.
Is it y'all two? Jake and Tag.
Jake?
No.
Jason.
Chase Tag.
Jason Tag. I'm really scared about my matchup with Cody. I'm staring down Jahmyr Gibbs with no Monty to take touches away. I do like my chances. I'm actually favored to win going into the week. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I'm projected to win by like 11 points.
Yeah.
But that don't mean shit to me. I'm a little scared just because I have to start Alexander Madison in a second round playoff game, and I wasn't expecting to do that. I do have some favorable matchups. Derrick Henry versus Pittsburgh is always great. And then he's starting Romeo Doubs and Tucker Kraft against New Orleans, which, based on how the game goes, if it's like the Washington game, as long as he doesn't throw to Romeo Doubs, it'd be pretty low scoring for both of them because it was like outside of Terry, they didn't really do much. I think I'm going to win. I need some big games from some people. I don't like how Trey McBride's projected like 17 points right now. Like, that's a really high projection for a tight end. And I feel like he might fall short of that. But with Chris Boswell, I can do anything. But moving over to Chase and Tag, looking at this, Chase is projected to win. And you know what? I'm going to say this right here. I hope that the championship game for Goon Platoon is a Hydro and Co. championship. So I'm predicting me and Chase, the Battle of the Hydro Co. Civil War Part 2.
There you go.
So that's what I'm hoping for. Like, that would be badass because I have another league when I'm in Dynasty for money that there's a friend group of 3 of us called the Three Amigos, and 2 of us are on the opposite ends of brackets, potentially going to play each other in the championship. So if that happens too, it'd be like really full circle. So I'm hoping for a Hydro and Co. championship, either to keep the belt or bring it home to Big Dub.
What a story. Last year's winner versus last year's loser.
Yeah. It would be the most full circle thing ever, from last place to fighting for first place.
I gotcha. All right. You want to go? NFL.
Yeah.
Playoff.
Wyatt, what's your Waffle House prediction? Who loses?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
My Waffle House prediction is Be Rich because Monty got hurt. Otherwise, I would have said Logan.
What if Alvin? What if
if Alvin doesn't play and Monty doesn't play, then Be Rich probably beats Logan.
I want to point this out. They're projected 50-50 right now, and that's with Kamara playing. Like, they still have his projected points on there. So if he doesn't play,
he's fucked.
Logan's probably
I'm gonna be honest. He's projected like 16-7 right now.
16-3. Yeah.
It was high.
He'll be lucky to hit that because Spencer's playing. Spencer's going to start. We didn't get to see Spencer and Alvin play because Alvin was hurt the entire second half. But up until that touchdown pass that he caught, he had done jack shit. And I think you're going to see the exact same thing happen on Monday night.
Okay. I'll start with my fantasy predictions. I got. Sorry, Wyatt. Cody beats Wyatt,
It's okay.
but I think you can compete for sure. And then I think Chase beats Tag. So then it's the defending champion versus the new guy.
newcomer.
The new guy, yeah. And fuck, man.
Who would have thought?
Hey, I'm literally looking at matchups right now to pick. I'll take Chase because Cody's running backs have bad matchups the championship week.
I don't like that I got picked right there. I feel like I'm destined.
Hey, I hope whoever comes out of our side wins. You were tagged. I hope one of y'all win.
I will say this: if I go back to back, you guys can't tell me shit. I'm gonna have the biggest head ever, but I'll be humble.
I'll just go get my trophy back for baseball, back to its rightful owner, like a three-peat.
There you go.
Anyway, my playoff machine starting the NFC. 7 seed, I got the Commanders, 11-6. They would face the 2 seed, Philadelphia Eagles. So I got that matchup first round. 6 seed, I got the Vikings versus the 3 seed, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 5 seed, I got the Packers versus the 4 seed Rams. So I'll just go ahead and run through this. Eagles, Commanders, wild card round. Take the Eagles. 6 seed or Vikings versus Bucks. I'm gonna take the Bucks to upset them, even though it's a higher seed. But the Vikings have a 2-win better record in my thing. Packers, Rams. I'll take the Packers. So then at that point, it would be the Lions versus Packers in the second round. What a damn matchup that is. I'll take the Lions. And then Bucks, Eagles. Think the Eagles get their revenge for the last time they play the Bucks.
That's a scary matchup. That's the one I'm hoping we don't touch.
Yeah. I'll take the Eagles. So then I got Lions, Eagles, NFC Championship. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I picked them at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to stick with it. Take the Lions. Has nothing to do with my friends are Eagles fans. I'm just sticking with my prediction.
That's bold.
Yeah, I know. Okay, AFC. First seed, I have the Bills, like White, taking it from the Chiefs. There might be some bias in here, but who cares? I swear I didn't do this on purpose. This is legit what I think, or biased because I hate the Chargers and Broncos, but I have the Bengals at the 7th seed.
Yeah, I'm sick of this.
But again, I don't like the Chargers or the Broncos. So Bengals go at the Kansas City first round, and they whoop that ass. So the Bengals are moving on. Fuck the Chiefs.
I can
Chargers,
see it, maybe. I guess.
I mean, it came down to a PI call whenever they played. So
yeah,
we'll see. Chargers travel to the Ravens. I'll take the Ravens. Steelers travel to Houston in the 4-5. And I will take the Steelers on the road. So I got the Bills versus the Steelers, second round. I'll take the Bills, but I think that's going to be a very tough game. And then I got the Ravens and the Bengals. I'll take the Ravens. So then I got Bills, Ravens. I'm going to switch that one. I'm going to switch that one to the Bills. I picked the Ravens for the season. I'll switch to the Bills. So then I got Bills, Lions, just like Wyatt. Except I'm going to take the other team because I picked them for the year. So I'll take the Lions still.
Wait, why I picked the Lions to make Super Bowl?
No, wait, no, shit, he didn't.
Oh.
My bad.
Eagles, Bills.
I got Bills, Lions. So rematch from this previous NFL week.
That'd be a high scoring game.
Be a fucking shootout. Kittle called it, by the way. I said it on the last podcast.
Who you got winning?
Lions. I picked them before the year, bud. I'm sticking with them.
Yeah, I forgot. All right. And then your Waffle House prediction in case I missed it.
Oh shit, I didn't do that one. As much as I would love to see my best friend since we were little eat waffles, that'd be hilarious. I think he's gonna win. So I think Logan's eating waffles.
Nice. I'll do the NFL prediction first. AFC, I got first seed. I got Buffalo. Seventh seed at the Chargers, and they'll face Kansas City. And in the sixth seed, I got Denver, and they'll travel to the third seed, Pittsburgh. And then I got the fifth seed, Baltimore, traveling to face the fourth seed, Houston. I have the Chargers winning somehow, some way. So that'd be a seventh seed beating a second or a 2 seed, which is nice. I have Denver beating Pittsburgh, and I have Baltimore beating Houston. I have all away game winners. That means the Chargers would face the Bills, and the Broncos would travel to Baltimore. I have the Bills and Baltimore winning, and then I have Baltimore beating the Bills. On the NFC side, I have Minnesota getting the 1 seed. There's really no way the Eagles can get the 1 seed unless the Bears beat the Lions this week. Because if they don't, I don't think Minnesota has anything to play for in the last week. Because they can't move up in seeding and they can't win the North. My 7th seed is the Commanders. They'll travel to Philadelphia to face the 2nd seed. The Eagles got 6th seed Green Bay traveling to the 3rd seed Tampa. And then I got the 5th seed Detroit traveling to the 4th seed Los Angeles, which would be crazy because that's literally the reverse of last year. I have the Eagles winning. I have Green Bay winning. And I have Detroit winning. So Green Bay would travel to Minnesota to face the Vikings, and Detroit would travel to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. I have Green Bay winning, and I have Philadelphia winning. I have Green Bay and Philly in the NFC Championship game. Of course, I'm picking the Eagles, and of course, I'm picking the Eagles to beat Buffalo. And the reason being is, sure, I'm a fan, but I also think that the Eagles defense would slow down Josh Allen in the offense just a little bit more than they have in the past couple, or like previous teams have in the past couple weeks. So I have the Eagles finally winning one. Jalen gets his ring, and people can stop saying he sucks, please. He's pretty good. And then fantasy, I have Tag beating me. I have Wyatt beating Cody, and I have I have Wyatt winning it all. Also, Logan's eating waffles, and I'm willing to bet the house on it. And since we're here, we're being honest. Honestly, these are the two people I wish to be eating waffles.
Yeah,
like it couldn't got any better from me.
I couldn't draw it up better.
I prayed for this, and it came true. I mean, what can I say? So it'll be an enjoyable experience for whomever.
I'm just glad it ain't me.
I'm glad it's not me either, dude.
I
woke up from the cold sweats one night because I told you guys this. Maybe I said it last week, but whenever Nick Chubb went off, and I was facing Logan. Nick Chubb went off, and then David Njoku had like 3 points, and somebody else had like 2, and I was like, "Fuck!" But I was in 11th place in week 12, and I somehow jumped up to 6th, just in time for the playoffs.
Good job, bud.
Thanks, man.
All right, we want to go ahead and move on to our tight end tier list.
Pull that bad boy up.
Yeah.
I know we're moving on, but I still can't believe the past 2 years I've finished 6 and 8, and I made the playoffs, and I have won my first round matchup. Remember, guys, it's not about how you start. It's not about how you are in the middle, but it's about how you finish.
And this first tight end isn't getting to finish because he's on IR for the rest of the season.
Yes.
Evan Ingram.
But when he plays, he's pretty good.
Yeah. I think so. Here's my thing going into this. I feel like there's a lot less elite tight ends. I think there's only a handful. I think Evan Ingram is a great tight end. I do not think he is an elite tight end.
You think he's great, not good, or good, not great? Yeah, great, not good.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we have any argument there?
I think it's hard because this is the first one. That could change for me.
Right.
But he's definitely better than average. I feel like good would be like I don't know. Hush. I think he's on the same level as like Laporta, Njoku. Like I think Otten is good. And I think Evan Ingram's better than Kate Otten. So I personally think he's great. I could see it going to good tier. I'm not mad either. I'm not going to argue about this one.
I got you. I'd put good. My vote would be good.
I would also put good.
Okay. We can always
But-
come back and move it around. This is hard. This is the first person, so
The reason why I'm saying that is his best year was last year. He hasn't had 2 years of like, I would say great numbers. Last year was the peak. He got 114 receptions, 963 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The next closest season was 73 receptions, 766 yards. So I put him in good for now.
Isaiah Likely is average.
I think he has potential to be up here, but I agree.
I was going to say,
He's stuck behind Andrews. In his own system, I think he could very well be anywhere above average.
This is weird for me because, like, I get it. He's technically a backup, but like, if somebody asked me right now if I'd want Evan Ingram or Isaiah Likely on my team, I might take Isaiah Likely. I think he's that good. I think he's
that's
just
a stretch.
No, I think he's that talented. Is what I'm saying. He's just stuck in a backup role. He hadn't got to showcase it.
Yeah, and I think in time we'll be able to see. I don't think he's going to want to stay there forever.
I think he's gone.
So I
No,
think
he's gonna
this
get a
time
contract somewhere.
this time next year we'll get to change. I think this will change.
So here's my vote. I vote average, but I want to put this out there because people are watching and listening that I don't think he's average. I think his statistically wise, he is average because he's a backup. But I mean, we're not doing like it based on like what we.
Yeah, he is average based on situation only.
Yeah.
So
There's an asterisk there.
Once someone gives him a contract, if he's got a halfway decent quarterback, it could be a great tight end in the NFL.
I think he's a free agent after this year too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Jelani Woods.
I don't know what that is.
Ass.
Jelani Woods. I think so. Yeah, Colts tight end.
Ass.
Yeah. Will Disley.
Average.
He come out. Please mute up, please.
Ass.
He kind of turned it on. Then he got hurt, but I mean,
he's also a lot of his value is as a blocker.
I think I'd put him at the average right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know ball, but he's currently he has 43 receptions, 418 yards. That's about average to me.
Cody pass.
Okay.
Benson, he hasn't played.
We're calling this Zach Ertz. Remember?
Okay, we're calling him Zach Ertz. I think Zach Ertz is good.
I think he's still good. Yeah.
Yeah, I also agree. I think he honestly his best games he looks great, but
Adam Troutman is the definition of an average tight end.
Well, you're going to get an ass quote from there it is. I agree with you. Speaking of, I'm going to say ass.
Conklin.
I think Tyler Conklin is 100% replaceable. He's ass.
When his best games, he's good. So, I think if you want to put him in ass,
I think there's going to be a ton of tight ends that are going to end up being in the average category.
There are a lot of average tight ends. I mean, tight end is a position where you get lost in the shuffle a lot of times.
We were going to move people down to ass based on what we've
Jawan Johnson, is average. I would start Jawan Johnson over Conklin, Troutman, and Disley. Johnson just doesn't get a lot of luck because he's a receiver turned tight end.
He's great in fantasy sometimes when he goes off. So you pick him up that random week and he goes off for like 25.
It's really just based on the script of the offense. I think Hunter Henry is still good.
I think he's
good.
borderline great, honestly. Like if you factor in blocking.
I mean, his numbers aren't going to be like fantastic this year because of the team he plays for. But I mean, I think he's good.
He's still popped off. Yeah.
I think he's good.
Yep.
It could have been good.
I think with a better quarterback and a little bit better system, he could be great.
Absolutely. George Kittle's Kmet.
Kmet's so inconsistent, man. He'll go on stretches where it's 2 touchdowns, the next game 10 catches, and then he'll go 5 games in a row with catching 1 pass.
I think that's why he's average. I think he's average because he's inconsistent.
Yeah,
he can be good. If he was consistent, he's in the good tier, no questions. Like I would not have a doubt.
So let me read off to you the first 3 games of the season. 1 catch, 4 yards. 4 catches, 27 yards. 10 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
like it's just all over the place.
He has games, and then he has games. He's average. Trey McBride.
I think he's great.
Yeah, I think he's great.
I was going to argue that he's elite, but considering we don't have anybody in great yet, I would put him in great. And
you can't have an elite and not have a receiving touchdown. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's because fucking Kyler Murray don't throw him the ball.
David
Njoku is great.
Great. He's all right. He should be right here in my opinion.
He's a stud.
You don't got anything you want to say about Njoku?
Great. Great.
Chiggy Okonkwo is average.
Yep, average.
He's borderline ass. Jatavion Sanders is ass. He can't catch a fucking football.
Dalton Kincaid.
Let's say it. Kincaid's average.
I'm going to say Kincaid is the lower end of good.
Oh, man.
I think Kincaid struggles this year have came from the fact of when it comes to throwing the ball, he is you got to look at Kincaid as damn near your wide receiver 1 on this team. I know Khalil Shakur is great, but I think it's because Kincaid is getting doubled.
Buddy Brock Bowers getting doubled, and he just broke the rookie tight end.
Oh,
record.
I forgot. We gotta get there.
Bowers has because here's the thing with tight ends that when you have an unexperienced backup or rookie quarterback, tight ends are their safety net. Really are. Someone like Josh Allen as your quarterback, he's just going to take the fuck off. He's like the fantasy freaking merchant when it comes to stealing points from his skill players because he'll just run through a motherfucker's face instead of waiting to even see if Kincaid will get open. So what I'm saying is I don't think Kincaid is an average tight. I think he's better than the average tight ends. Like I think you've seen his ceiling is a great tight end, and I think his floor is a good tight end.
So I want to stress this that I see your point. Why? But my issue with it is he's in that offense with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And he doesn't even have 500 yards yet.
He's barely got 400.
Yeah.
How many receptions does he have?
38.
So he's not even really getting targeted.
Yeah, but that's also could be like he doesn't get open. I know you say he might be getting doubled, but
I mean, he's got 66 targets. It's like he's only catching like 60% of them. I don't know. I think if you have an MVP caliber quarterback and you haven't lived up to expectations whatsoever, you're an average tight end.
Him and average just seems criminal to me.
He hadn't done nothing.
I mean, if we're being honest, I take Likely over Kincaid.
I'd take Likely.
Okay, but I mean, I wouldn't, but I'll put him in average.
Dalton Schultz is the definition of an average tight end.
Okay.
Whoever the fuck that guy is ass.
Who is
Ass.
that? Who is that?
I don't
It's
fucking
Tyler.
know.
Tyler Higbee's backup whenever Higbee's playing.
Noah Fant's ass.
Crazy. I mean, I think he's asked too, but that's crazy.
Ass.
Jake Ferguson, when healthy and Dak is playing, is a good tight end.
You're not gonna get anything from me, so I'll
Oh.
let you guys duke that one out.
Because he's hurt.
I think Dak makes tight ends. I think Jake Ferguson's average.
We gotta clear. We're on pace for like 14 averages.
Well,
Dak got Dalton Schultz a fucking contract, and he's the most replaceable tight end I've ever seen in my life.
I think Jake Ferguson's better than Dalton Schultz.
I'd take Cowboys Dalton Schultz over Cowboys Jake Ferguson.
I mean, if you want to keep throwing every fucking tight end and not name Brock Bowers an average, I mean, go ahead.
Okay, dude. All right. All these guys are replaceable in my opinion.
Well, they're fucking tight ends. They're not going to be fucking 95 targets for 960 yards and 10 tuds. An 800-yard season for a tight end is a great season. I mean, truthfully, like it's not common for tight ends to have 1,000-yard seasons.
I know that, Wyatt.
but those that are getting 1,000 yards should definitely.
That's why
be
they're elite and great. An average tight end is 450-yard season, 4 or 5 tuds. Jake Ferguson is a 800-yard, 10 to 12 tud guy when healthy. And you can call that scheme, but we're using scheme to put people in average too. I think you can also put a scheme to put people in good.
Or what we're doing.
Hey, hang on. Yeah. No. Just put him in good. Fuck it.
I think TJ Hawkinson's right there too. He just came off ACL tear, so I'm not going to sit there and put what he's done up until this point in the season as a huge indicator on him being washed.
TJ Hawkinson's a great tight end.
You're outnumbered.
Travis Kelce's elite.
Oh, dear.
He's the greatest tight end of all time.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and move Hawkinson up.
No, I think
We're
you put
take history into this. Let's go ahead and move Hawkinson up.
I'm telling you, just wait, just let it go the rest of the way, and I think these tiers will come out in a good because just trust.
Jake
Kelce should not be an argument. You're saying that off complete bias.
Jake Ferguson and TJ Hawkinson don't belong in the same fucking tier.
Okay, move him up and put Kelce in elite where he belongs.
He's ass.
And Laporta, I think Laporta is in the same tier as Hawkinson.
What he wants to be.
I'd rather have Sam Laporta than TJ Hawkinson on my football team.
I think that's an argument, but I'd take both of them over everybody in good in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Michael Mayer, ass. Pat Freiermuth, I'm just going to say it. He's ass.
What?
He don't do shit.
Pat Freiermuth? Oh, Wyatt, give me a fucking break.
He don't do nothing.
The hell he doesn't.
He got a tud on us.
Motherfucker's got 100 more yards and like 4 more touchdowns than your Lord and Savior Dalton Kincaid.
Put him in average.
He has 6 touchdowns.
Hell no, he's a good tight end at least.
Hell nah.
Oh my!
He's not on the same tier as Ingram and fucking Ferguson.
Pat Freiermuth is a better tight end than Jake Ferguson, and that's not even close. He's a better tight end than Ferguson, and I think there's an argument between him and Hunter Henry. I think they're very similar players.
Ooh.
1 year with over. This will be his second career year over 500 yards.
Okay.
With 6 touchdowns.
Okay, the last 2 years he's only caught 4. He's got 17 touchdowns in 4 years.
I think he got hurt one of those years.
He did. Because
The
fantasy,
yard-
remember that.
Like,
Pat Fryermuth has more touchdowns this year than Dalton Kincaid has in his career.
Hunter Henry, well, Dalton Kincaid's a second-year player.
But
Hunter Henry in
Pat
the last
Fryermuth
4
this
years,
year
for
has
example,
more touchdowns than Kincaid has in his career.
Hunter Henry, for example, in the last 4 years, has caught 17 tuds.
How many has Fryermuth caught
And
in how many years?
in the last, he has caught 17 tuds. Put him in fucking good.
Drop the
Jasecki's
mic.
in good
Yeah,
too.
you don't know his ball. I said Pat Fryermuth, Hunter Henry, the same player. They got the same amount of touchdowns in the last 4
Sec-
years.
Jasecki's good.
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 When
Okay.
when he's on, he's on.
Fuck it.
Goddard,
I'm going to say it. Average.
do you think he's truly average, or do you think there's just so many weapons on that team he doesn't get the ball?
I think he doesn't stay healthy long enough to be.
Well, I
on
mean,
here.
fuck, if we're using that argument, then Evan Ingram shouldn't be in good either.
I think Dallas Goedert's truly good. I think he should be in great.
That's
but he
where I
can't-
would put him.
He
as
can't.
good.
He can't stay healthy, so he'll never be in great. He's 30 years old now, so I'm putting him in good.
I
I'm
think
fine with
Tuck. I think Luke Musgrave, which is now Tucker Kraft, is good with the potential to be great.
I mean, he has numbers to back it up. That's for damn sure.
I'm fine with good.
K. Dotton is good.
K. Dot, he's a little tricky for me. I don't feel like I
He's
could be wrong. I don't feel like
Up
he
and down.
did very much until Godwin got hurt. Like I feel like every time Godwin gets hurt, then K. Dot, you'll hear K. Dotton's name. I don't know.
It's kind of like Goddard, unless if AJ and Smitty are both playing, Goddard doesn't really do a whole lot. But if one gets hurt, then he immediately becomes a threat. So in 3 years in Tampa Bay, Goddard or Otten averages about 500 yards, and he's caught 10 tuds in his career. This
But-
year he's at 600 yards and 4 tuds. Last year he was at 455 yards and 4 tuds.
Yeah, I think he's good based on this year. If you're doing based on this year, I think he belongs in good.
Mark Andrews is good, but slowly. I don't know. He's not great anymore. He's not what he used to be.
Kenor, are you going to make an argument here, pal?
I think if you ignore his first 3 weeks of the year, he's been a great tight end. I think I'd take, maybe not.
Just, I just feel like I don't know.
He's got better numbers than Njoku.
He's at 500 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Njoku's got 430 and 5 touchdowns, but I know he missed a couple games. But
And
Mark Andrews was dog shit
Deshaun-
for a couple games, so it kind of evens out a little bit.
Well, and also his quarterback was Deshaun Watson, not Lamar Jackson.
No, I know that. I think if we're going,
You can put Andrews in good or on great if you want to for name value and career pedigree.
okay.
But
do you think Mark Andrews is still like a top 7 to 8 tight end?
no. Can I tell you the 8 I would take over him?
Sure.
I'd love to hear it.
Kittle, Kelsey, McBride, and Njoku, Hawkinson, Laporta, Bowers, Johnny Smith. Johnny Smith's an argument, but I would take a Johnny Smith.
I think Andrews and Laporta is an argument.
Also, just considering the fact he's 29.
I
Laporta's
think Andrews and Hawkinson is the argument.
We can put him in grade. I'm not against it.
I don't. Well, let's. I don't know.
We can
Put him in
think.
great. I may come back to it.
I'm going to say this before Kendall gets ahead of it. Brock Bowers is elite.
Buddy. Tyler Higbee. Has he played this year?
I'm about to look. Tyler
I don't-
Higbee's not ass.
I don't think he has.
He's at
I think-
least average at the very least.
Yeah, remember he hurt himself playoff game. Yeah, he hasn't came back yet.
I would take Higbee. Yeah, I think he's
Last-
at least average.
Last 3 years, he's averaging about 550 yards a season, and he scored 10 touchdowns in the last 3 years. So I think average for now is okay. Kyle Pitts,
This is tough.
I would just love to see Kyle Pitts anywhere but Atlanta. I think if Kyle Pitts played in the same offense as Jonnu Smith, Kyle Pitts would be an animal. I don't think it's scheme and quarterback. Like, even they brought in Kirk, and Kirk's been shit.
Here's my only issue with that is that has been Kyle Pitts' entire thing, his entire career, is like, get him a different scheme, get him a different quarterback. Well, he's had multiple schemes and multiple quarterbacks.
His quarterbacks, what, Desmond Ridder?
I mean, hold on. With that being said, like, I don't think he's ass. I think I like to make fun of him and say he's ass. But if we're being realistic, I think he's a good tight end. Like, I think he's better than Gesicki and Tucker Kraft and Otten and Goddard. I think he's right there behind Freiermuth.
I don't disagree.
I'm good with that.
Here we go.
Jonnu Smith.
Great.
It's tough because this is like his first year where he's
It's his
kinda-
breakout year. He's finally doing what everyone
He's
kind of thinks.
29 years old.
I know, but I'm saying he's finally doing what people thought he would do because Jonnu Smith's fast as fuck. Like, he's at 750 yards and 6 tuds.
He had a bad career before this.
His year in Atlanta with 582 yards. He's kind of ramped up in the last 2 years. Last year was 582 and 3 tuds on a bad Falcons team. Like, top 10 pick Falcons team.
I think he's definitely in the right system though.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing that I'm telling you, I think Jonnu Smith would put up these numbers, or Kyle Pitts will put up these numbers in the system. Because Jonnu Smith finally found a system where Tua is a short yard quarterback who needs to hit his tight ends consistently, and he has the speed to get open and separation early. You can hit him up the seams really well because he's got quickness. I mean, you can't put a linebacker on Jonnu Smith; he's going to blow by you. So, I think he's a great tight end based off this year.
I'll have to agree with you, Wyatt.
I agree.
If we're going based on this year, I have to agree. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we want to add a 10th. Maybe move somebody up to elite. Bring somebody from good.
I mean, if you asked football fans, Evan Ingram would probably be on a lot of people's top 10 tight end lists as of the last couple of years. Because ever since he's left New York and hasn't been getting hurt as much, like he's been, he's a top 10 tight end in fantasy in terms of getting selected and things like that. I think the consensus would say Evan Ingram's the best player on that list when healthy.
I would love to point out that Brock Bowers has 260 more yards than Travis Kelce.
Well, that's why they're both an elite.
Yeah, but one of them's better.
I mean, at this point in their career,
yeah. I'm fine with it.
I will say Brock Bowers. I would not be surprised if Brock Bowers' receiving yards dipped next year. I think he's still going to be efficient with the touches he's getting, but right now he's in a system where he's getting the ball a lot.
I think when he gets quarterback, his numbers are going to stay the same. I think that cancels it out. There we go. That's what the fuck I'm talking
Michael Mayer. I thought Michael Mayer was going to be solid.
Well, I mean, he's a blocking tight end. He's not really a massive receiving threat. He's a great blocking tight end. He can block the shit out of people.
I just want to say I called Sam Laporta in college before he got drafted, and I got made fun of.
Hey, you did the right thing, buddy.
Iowa tight ends. Luke Lachey this year comes out of Iowa. He's going to be a dog. He's probably only get drafted in like the third, fourth round. He's going to be a dog because he's Iowa tight end. But, all right, moving forward to our last little segment here. Do you guys want to go ahead and make these game picks for this weekend?
Forgot to make them this week, so here we go.
Yeah, I haven't made them either. I haven't looked at the slate yet. I know that we got some Saturday games because of Christmas and things like that. So it should be interesting. How many Saturday games do we have? We have 2. Okay, so first we start Thursday Night Football. AFC West divisional matchup. Denver travels to LA to take on the Chargers. Win probability has the Chargers winning this game, but I do think this is a tight game. Personally, I feel like the Chargers are a team that you can't make many mistakes against, and Bo Nix has shown the ability to kind of be a little reckless with the ball, so I'm going to take the Chargers in what I think will be a good game.
Fuck both of these teams. I hate these teams so much. Hope they both fucking lose.
There you go. A tie?
I tell you, I'm not even going to say their name. I'll take the home team.
That's fair. The Chargers are favored by 3. The over-under is set at 41.5, which is tied for the lowest this weekend or this week's games.
It's going to be a field goal fest.
Yeah. I'm going to take – I don't feel confident in it. I'll take the Broncos.
Kendall, are you going to pick a team or?
I said I'll take the home team.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Saturday, noon slot. Houston travels to Arrowhead to take on a Kansas City Chiefs team who may not have Patrick Mahomes. Maybe Carson Wentz starting. I'm going to take Houston under the condition that Patrick doesn't play.
Whether he plays or not, Texans rolling in there. They're going to whoop some ass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kittle. I'm taking the Texans.
Bang!
All right. Saturday afternoon, 3:30. AFC North matchup. Pittsburgh travels to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Give me the Ravens and what I hope is another Chris Boswell field goal masterclass.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be for the AFC North. I think.
Basically.
The winner, the Baltimore wins. They both be 10-5.
Yeah. Well,
I think they'd own the tiebreaker too.
No, if the Ravens win and the Steelers win out, I believe the Steelers will still hold on to it. But
have they split the series?
Yes. I think.
What's the next tiebreaker?
I believe it's division
record.
Division record.
And then conference record. And the Ravens lost to a team like the Raiders, so that hurts their conference record pretty good.
Kendall, how about you?
I'll take the Ravens. I think they split the series.
Chase, you
Ravens, by the way. Especially if George Pickens doesn't play, because the Steelers need some help on offense.
Yep, that's why I'm hoping it's a Chris Boswell masterclass. Get to like the 40-yard line, go 3 and out, kick. 40-yard line, go 3 and out, kick.
Fantasy, I get it.
Yep. Hoping for like a 26-point game from Chris Boswell. New York Giants travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Michael Penix, rookie debut. Kirk Cousins got benched today. I saw someone saying that the only reason they bench Kirk is because the next 3 games Atlanta plays are all shitter teams, and they want to make Michael look good. So I think Michael Penix will get his first NFL win on Sunday.
I think Michael Penix will get his first NFL win on Sunday.
I pray Drake London gets all of Michael Penix's targets, but I think he wins on Sunday.
All right. Moving on, Arizona travels to Carolina to take on the Panthers. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Give me the Panthers.
All right.
Have them, buddy. They're all yours.
I picked it.
Next up, Chase's Bears host the Detroit Lions. Can the Bears break the 8-game losing streak? Lions have a lot of injuries.
They're 4-2. Yeah. Hey, damn.
I think it's going to be a shootout, and I don't think there's any defense being played in this game. I don't think the Bears can stop the Lions on offense, and the Lions' defense is fucking riddled with injuries.
I think the Bears can stop themselves, but hey, I get it.
Fair enough. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
Give me the Bears.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
moving on.
I see it, bud. I see it.
Cleveland, Cincinnati at Cincinnati. Dorian Thompson Robinson will get the start for Cleveland this week. It shouldn't matter. Give me the Bengals.
I'll also take the Bengals.
The Bengals got 7.5 points. I don't think they're a 7.5 point favorite by any means, but give me the Bengals.
All right. This is a game the Bengals will be watching closely. Tennessee plays Indianapolis this week. If Cincy wants to make the playoffs as a 7 seed, they need Tennessee to win. I don't think that happens. Mason Rudolph starts for Tennessee.
I want to add that there's a way the Bengals can make it if the Colts win, because this is what I did in my playoff machine. I picked the Colts in this game, and I still had the Bengals making it.
Does that mean like the Broncos and Chargers have to both lose out?
Well, they play each other, so I don't know how I did it. I was just picking games.
What's the best the Bengals could finish? What's the record right now? 6-8, so they could finish 9-8.
9-8.
9-8, yeah. So I had to have the Colts losing to one team the rest of the year.
Well, the Bengals play the Broncos next week.
So that's why the Broncos got a loss from me right there. I took the home team this week. So who did the Broncos play last week?
The Chiefs.
So eventually the Colts are going to have to lose to the Giants or the Jags.
Yes.
Who did I fucking take over them?
And then the Dolphins have to lose quite a bit too.
They're not making the fucking playoffs. I'm just going to be honest.
I'm going to try to find this.
Hopefully, I kind of hope they don't. You want to go ahead and move on with picks, and if you find it, we can come back?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. LA Rams travel to New York to play on, or actually New Jersey. Take the Jets.
I don't fucking know.
I'm going to take the Rams to win this game.
Yeah, Rams.
Rams.
Right. Moving on. Philly and Washington. Give me Philly.
Pick
my bad. I'll take Philly.
Oh, you don't want to pick the Commanders this time?
No.
There was a lot more hype around Jaden Daniels at that point in the season than there is now.
Hey, if the Eagles win this game, they win the NFC East. Give me the Birds.
All right.
Fuck that. Give me the Commanders.
Fuck off.
Minnesota takes on Seattle. Geno Smith may or may not play. Who's the backup in Seattle?
Heineke. Right? No, Sam Howell. Sam Howell.
Yeah, give me Minnesota regardless.
Vikings.
Somebody tell Justin Jefferson he's in a playoff matchup, and I need him to go off. Give me the Vikings.
Bills, Pats.
Moving on to the next one.
All right. Moving on. Miami and San Francisco. Ugh. Both teams are 6-8, but I'm going to take Miami.
I'm taking Taking the 49ers. I don't feel good about it.
Miami. I feel better about it.
All right. Jacksonville, Vegas. Vegas is the favorite in this game.
They're the
If
favorite on
Ritter-
sleeper. Let's see if they're the favorite in point spread. Yes.
If Ritter plays, no shot. If O'Connell plays, I could see it. Jacksonville's really bad on defense in terms of allowing fantasy points to wide receivers and tight ends. So I think y'all would be able to score 20 to 30 points in this game. But y'all's defense does not have Max Crosby, but fuck it. Robert Spillane, we trust. Give me the Raiders.
AOC is projected to start. Raider Nation.
I lied, by the way. This is the lowest over-under of the week. I'm going to pick the Jags. That way, Kendall gets a quarterback. Also, if you're interested in going to this game, you can get tickets as low as $61 right now, and I imagine they'll drop even more as we get closer to this game.
In Vegas, too. That's wild.
Shit, when we went to the White Sox game in September, if we'd have bought tickets the day of the game instead of like 3 weeks before, they were down to $1.
Hell yeah.
They're just inviting people to come in.
Yeah. All right. Tampa Bay and Dallas Sunday Night Football. Give me Tampa Bay in this one.
Bucks.
Why didn't we flex this matchup out? And why are the Bucks only at 4.5 points favorite over the Cowboys? I'm taking the Bucks.
Monday Night Football, you could have argued this one could have been flexed out too. Spencer Rattler and doing Saints take on Green Bay. I'm picking Green Bay because I have my pool to think of at this point because me and Jake are tied for first place, and it's essentially a 2-man race at this point.
I'm right there, buddy.
You're 4 behind us.
Yeah, and you guys were like 4 behind me. You guys caught up.
Playoff matches are worth 2, bud.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, everything stays the same. I have to think about my points at this point.
Oh,
Packers.
the Packers are 14.5 point favorites.
I'd bet it.
I would too.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't be surprised. All right. Well, that's the last game. Honestly, really disappointing primetime slate on Sunday and Monday night. Don't know what they did there, but thank you guys for watching again. To all of the people still in their fantasy playoffs this week, good luck. Unless you are Cody Russell, then I wish you good luck, but not too good luck. But hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hopefully I can get that belt on Chase's shoulder. Who dat?
Go Birds.
Go.